Hi from Cannes Yachting Festival 2025. I'm Toby Hodges. That is the brand new Ice 64 Explorer, the first full custom yacht from Ice Yachts near Milan. Let's jump aboard. And I've done a few ice yachts, you may have noticed over the years. Very, very enjoyable performance cruising yachts. And this one is one with a difference, as you can see. That marks it out, the hard top, but there are lots of really interesting features on this one. I'm going to try and remember them on this quick tour now. So this is designed and built for a couple to go world cruising on. And it's full of their input. So everywhere you look, it's got their design input in it, and that's what makes it fully custom. So this hardtop bimini is crucial to that because they enjoy performance sailing but want to stay out of the sun. Now, they had a 55-foot production yacht before, and they sailed all around the world. Well, certainly Med Caribbean and French Polynesia on that for 3 years, and all their ideas were then poured into this. So above there, you have obviously loads of solar panel space on this hard top, 3 kilowatts of it. Probably see back there, the GPS and Starlight integrated neatly in there as well. You got the main sheet traveller out of harm's way there, and a big glass dodger section to it to protect you and your crew inside there, with loads of ventilation. And yes, that is glass. It's a full carbon boat, nice white decks. Tea gets hot. All these little things they've fed back on, and I think people that sail a lot will notice these things. So have a look up here, for example. 3 head sails left rigged. So you've got an inner stay sail, all on powered furlers here, an inner stay sail led to a self-tacking rail there, then a Genoa, and then a Code Zero. So you can really go through the gears easily at the push of a button from the cockpit. Everything is doubled up on the boat. So yeah, that's a chunky bow roller, chunky bow sprit. So at the front, you've got the tack for sailing, setting a flying sail, but you've got twin bow rollers. So you have that backup option, setting a second anchor out as well. Even this capstan here doubles as a windlass. So rather than have one of those ones, that CLR ones that comes out of the deck, you could use this if you had to in emergency as the windlass. Sail locker forward, carbon deck, and it's a hybrid hull, so it's a composite mix of glass and carbon on the hull itself. The whole boat, you've got your in-boom furling as well, and that mast quite far forward there with just 2 mast-based winches, and good headroom under here. The whole boat loaded only weighs 23.5 tons with a lot of equipment on it. And it's also important to note it's a 48-volt boat. A couple of key features aft here, this skirt. So the platform was based on the Ice 62, the Targa, and they extended it a couple of foot. And what that's really gained here is somewhere to put a proper tender. So you can make up to a 3.4 meter tender can live on this skirt. You may notice the frame is designed into that arch, the bimini structure there. So that line there lowers this second part when you want to use that as a davit to put the dinghy out aft. Really good use of space, and you've got this big swim platform too. Below me here, I won't show you everything, but is good locker space below me. So you've got the dinghy 20 horsepower in there. The owners are keen divers, so between here, proper dive tank stowage, compressor built into this one. Oh, there we go, it's open, that's me banging it. Compressor designed in there. So below this one is does that open up? Yeah, that table comes out, so there's your gutting, filleting table when you've got the fresh fish. You've got the shower to wash wash them off with there as well. And below this side, a grill. Fresh fish standing here that you've caught, perfect place to eat and cook. I'm going to open up this now because this again really shows the level of detail and feedback and thought that's gone into here. This is the mechanical area. So between the helms here, you drop down into a proper machinery area where everything is doubled up, near enough everything. So yeah, 2 rudder quadrants, rudder stocks, carbon rudder stocks with the quadrants on them, 2 autopilots, 2 water makers. It's very impressive, and the owners really wanted this access to everything. It's all light and bright and easy to get at, easy to service. The engine genset further forward, I'll show you those in a minute. That panel there is accessible from the sort of multi-use room, which we'll take you into. And then you've got watertight bulkhead there and a sealed area after there to that storage space below that aft skirt. Really impressive. You can probably tell all this level of detail. Took 18 months to build this yacht, and what a big, it's really unusual to have sort of a performance med style yacht with such a big sort of lounging area that's also totally protected. You see the numbers while you're sailing, loads of ventilation coming through there, and then you drop down, it's concealed non-slip on these steps. Nice. It's a Felci design throughout, so interior and exterior lines. Very nice, but I'm not here to show you how nice it looks. I want to show you a few more of these custom details. So ordinarily on a yacht this size you would have 3 cabins, 3 heads. In a way you kind of have that on this. The owner's cabin's forward, but they're using the spaces really as a couple with an occasional guest. So here's your cabin for your occasional guest, or 2 or 3, because that's a twin with a pull-out bunk area there as well. Family cabin, whatever you want. It's future-proofed. You still get a really good size head, separate shower with wet hanging space in there. Plenty, no qualms about that as a guest. Be very happy with that. And then look at this area to starboard. They didn't want the nav station, excuse the flashing screen, in their living area, in their living room basically. So they built it into here, what would be the 3rd heads area. And look at this for an office. I mean, just superb. Whether you're using this for passage planning or navigation or just a home office, it's just a great area in the central part of the boat. Close that off with a sliding door and you're into a multi-use room. What is that? It can be a cabin, be a great passage berth. You've still got some communication through to the cockpit there, but yeah, you've got a big workbench area. I think it's even got a little sink. Yeah, a little sink in it. Loads of stowage beneath. Laundry area. Huge great washer dryer, and access into the engine room and genset. Now remember I said it's a 48 volt boat. It's also hybrid powered. So you've got the Yanmar block there, and then you've got a hybrid marine for electric propulsion, and that is also regenerating under sail as well. And there's this generator back there. So as I say, everything is sort of doubled up. So these owners, having cruised in the Pacific quite a lot, know that when you get to a destination, your engine, you're relying on it. You're relying on it to get you into port or get you through a passage in an atoll. You need the engine to work. If it doesn't, you've got an electric backup, or vice versa if you're doing it the other way. And then you've got the generator that you can kick in with the batteries to power that. That's a 10 and 10 kilowatts, so 20 kilowatt hybrid propulsion essentially. And there's also 30 kilowatts of battery power. It's a lot to try and remember with this boat. More stowage there, and under there is an emergency heads. If I can I lift this up? Can't do it one-handed, but lift that up, and there is a little heads built in there in case, I guess, one day it was a skip at the cabin or whatever you want to do. Again, it's future-proofed it. And that's that access through the watertight bulkhead into the machinery area, and more access to get at your generator, etc. in there. Beneath this central floorboard here is access to your 48 volt system, and the batteries obviously all around the central area. Really big saloon because you've got that the nav station aft, and what another feature they really wanted, and something Felci and ICE do really well, is not just a forward galley, or I'd say a midships galley, but a galley area that two people can work in at the same time. And you can see that nice big U-shaped protection each side. You can brace yourself at heel. It's even got 2 sinks, so people can work out at the same time. Dishwasher, loads of refrigeration, induction cooking, you know what that's all. I mean, when I say a 48 volt boat, yes, for cooking, even, you know, the winches, the windlass, the furlers, even the barbecue aft is 48 volt powered. It's a boat of the future, as the CEO Marco Malgares puts it. And here's your owner's cabin. Offset to one side, the double berth, good passageway, good passage access through it, loads of stowage around it, and nice little feature, this sliding door, super lightweight, into the head compartment just around there. So they deliberately asked them to, rather than have that on a side, build it in. They've got enough stowage there. The owners were telling me they didn't need any more stowage in the cabin, so rather than that heads sitting out here and taking this space, they've got it in a nice little alcove in here, and plenty of room obviously for the shower compartment, with a watertight door access into the sail locker. When you've done enough shows and you've seen enough performance med-based boats, there aren't many surprises at a show like this. ICE 64 Explorer, a really pleasant surprise, full of owner feedback and practical features that you can really envision someone taking around the world for performance sailing in a lot of comfort. And even that, I was just imagining that electric drive, you know, not just silent motoring. You got the diesel if you want it, but for motor sailing, you know, if you only got a few knots of breeze, put the electric drive on and give you 3 or 4 knots, no problem, and that'll boost your apparent wind, and you'd be sailing in silence, motor sailing in silence. It was a quick tour, but yeah, as you can tell, a very interesting boat. Well done, ICE Yachts. Hope you enjoyed the tour. See you next time.